Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for The Mighty Thor at the Gates of Valhalla, Issue 1. And I really like this issue. This did a good job of kind of bookending the end of Jane's run as Thor and kind of opening us more for what's going on with the War of the Realms. My only kind of gripe with Aaron's run is how the War of the Realms seems to, at certain points, drag. And I hope we get more going on that front going forward. Not that it's been a bad thing. I've overall really enjoyed Jason Aaron's run on what's been going on. I just feel that the War of the Realms has been in the background for so long that I would like a little bit more forward momentum and kind of getting things even more heated up. But that's kind of the advantage and the disadvantage for having a creative team for so long. You can wait that long to do it. So I think Aaron's going to do a pretty good job with it from what we're kind of getting into here. So I kind of have this book segmented into two sections. One with the Goddesses of Thunder and one with Malekith. And the Goddesses of Thunder was pretty cool. We see Thor's granddaughters doing their own kind of like adventure thing. We see him attacking trolls during the Viking Age, and we're like, this doesn't seem like the right time for what we're doing. We then go back a little bit. We see that they have drugged King Thor to be asleep so they can go and get these time diamonds, and they're trying to find a specific period in time. They're like, the Golden Age of Thor. And then, of course, it shows them liberating this village from trolls. And like, well, take us to Thor. And we see young Thor trying to lift Mjolnir, and they're debating whether to tell him that, like, taking out trolls would have made him worthy or not. And he's got to figure it out on his own. Future Thor. And then they see, like, Thor of the 26th century, which looks kind of weird but kind of cool. They also get to Throg, and like, oh, this guy's kind of cute and everything. And then it gets a little bit interesting because they go into their own future, and when they see King Thor fighting Loki bonded with the Necro Sword. And they're like, we gotta help. But she's like, no, this is our future. We can't screw around with this. And then they get back to the time that they wanted to, speaking to Jane. What I really like and what I hope that they do at some point is I'd really like to see these Goddesses of Thunder have maybe a mini-series or something, or at some point they do just a kind of story arc run with them, because I've liked them being shown and popped up in various points in this run, but they did a really good job of fleshing them out a little bit, and, well, personality-wise. We don't get much into their backstory because that's not the point of their story here. But I really kind of like them. I would kind of like to see them battling as a unit. And they run into Jane, and they're just like, yeah, we wanted to see you. You're the one that helped us inspire us when we were reading books and being the Goddesses of Thunder and all that. And that means a lot to Jane. And she at first was like, I'm not Thor anymore and all that. I'm like, no, it's not like the axe or the hammer that makes the hero and all that. And Jane's really touched by that. And I'm like, no, don't worry, you'll go in there and everything. And then they start bringing up some stuff that she's going to be doing, like punching Odin through 3 planets and everything. And then, like, God, and the kind of smart one's going, no, you can't say anything. She hasn't done that yet. She's pivotal for what's coming and all that. So she asks one favor of them, and to fly around again. And one of them uses the hammer and flies around. And that was kind of cool for them to do. And, of course, they've gotten back and like, yeah, he's fine. And they're like, should we tell her about the War of the Realms? Like, yeah, she's got a pivotal role to play. So I'm glad that we won't see the end of Jane's portion in the War of the Realms. MCU is factored in so heavily with it. And it would be kind of stupid to not utilize her in some respects, because she's been fighting this as well. She deserves to be on the battlefield at some point as well, though the important battle at this point is to deal with her cancer. We then get to Malekith, and my biggest gripe with at least this portion is the artwork. I don't think it is terrible, but I don't like the faces that are done. I really like the art style that they did with the Goddesses of Thunder, and I would not mind that artist doing a Thor run themselves, because the action and everything that was going on in those pages was great. I don't know, like, I call it a kind of unrefined style. It's like a little bit quicker, a little bit just not as detailed. And usually I don't have a problem with that, but when you get into the faces that look really kind of strange, Malekith's face is just weird in this. But this had a good job of checking in what's going on with the War of the Realms. We see Svartalheim, he's going around with Curse, talking with his people. He goes to one family and says that, oh, yeah, your son's dead, but he became like blood drunk crazy and we had to put him down. And if only I'd had 1,000 warriors like him. And like, what boon can I get when you have more food? It's like, how about you just eat this other family whose son was pretty much useless? And they go after him. I was like, oh crap, that's how Malekith does his things, and also in the Dark Elf realm. We're getting checked in Nidavellir, and all the battles going on there. Malekith makes his appearance in Muspelheim, and helps them in their fight in Hell, going up against the Dead Ones. He also gets to Jotunheim, and we see this small, we see a baby giant. Don't know why it's crying and all that stuff, but and don't know why it's like Uncle Malekith. I'm like, okay, do your thing. He also checks in with Heaven, telling them that their greatest adversary has been destroyed. Asgard's like, okay. I wish that Angela and Heaven had been factored in a little bit more to kind of see what their whole thing is. They've just been kind of sitting out, so it'll be intriguing to see if they do accept working with Malekith, if they decide to flip over to the Asgardians at some point. We'll have to see how that works. I hope that they get used a little bit more going forward in this realm. We then see the fallout of Jane's death and all that. We see Malekith gloating that it was his reason that she died, and then seeing that she still yet lived, and that, oh, don't worry, you'll see all this mortal realm burn, as he pretty much starts gloating in his astral form, and we see fire and all that, and all the rest of the conspirators arranged. We'd also checked in with the Vanir, and Dario Augur was attacking them as well, the old gods. And he, of course, transformed into his Minotaur forms, and his face looked weird as well. It just, not my kind of style. I just didn't really like it with this, but I liked seeing a kind of thing and doing another kind of bookend for Jane with the Goddesses of Thunder and getting more of a checkup on what's going on with the War of the Realms, setting up some more things to come, and hopefully we get some more movement and forward momentum going forward, because Thor and Jane are going to have to deal with this, and I think that's going to be pretty epic, and I can't wait to see how it shakes out. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.